Hey y'all, it's Ann from What's Up Family Home, and today I have another collab for you, and this one is another cookbook collab hosted by Tamara at Southern Wife Everyday Life. I'm using a recipe from this cookbook. It's a Reed Drummond cookbook, A Year of Holidays. I love this cookbook and I use it all the time, especially during the holidays. She has some great, easy and simple meals, nothing complicated, which is what I like. Lots of pictures, which I like. So I'm going to use her recipe for spreaders, and it's kind of a cookie, kind of a bar cookie. I don't know what you'd call it. You could make it into so many different combinations. I had one success and one fail. Well, one of them wasn't a fail, it just wasn't the prettiest cookie. And the stuff didn't melt on top, but other than that, they were still both delicious, and I can't wait to make some more. And I'll just do it a little bit different, and I'll tell you what I would do different if I were you. But you need to make these were really good, really easy. They're like a shortbread crust, and then you've got the chocolate on there, kind of like the crack that you have where you use the saltine crackers, but better. So after you watch my video, go to Tamara's video and then watch the playlist. You'll get some great recipes, I promise you. There's some great ladies in this collab. So let's turn around and get started on this delicious cookie recipe. All right, let's start on the recipe. I've got 2 sticks of butter and some brown sugar. I'll have the exact measurements down in the description box. Just mix that up really well with your spoon, or you can use a mixer. And then add an egg, and I don't know why I didn't show that, but I added some vanilla as well. And then I'm going to add in my flour, and I would advise you to use a mixer. That was a lot of work to mix that in. I had to mix it in just a little bit at a time, and make sure all that flour is incorporated really well in your dough. And I separated these into 2. I wanted to make some different toppings, and it made a little bit thinner cookie. You could double the recipe if you wanted a thicker cookie, and it was kind of hard to work with. I had the parchment paper in there, so it slid around a little bit, but I think you really need an offset spatula with this, and I ordered one from Amazon that day because I really needed it. Because I had made another recipe where I needed one, so I was like, that's it, I'm gonna order one. So next time, because I will make this next time. It was really good and really simple. So I used that spatula to kind of mash it around into a square, but it was not working. So eventually I just got that spoon, and I tried working with the spoon, but that did not work out either. It just didn't work. So eventually I got a knife, and the recipe says to use a knife, but that doesn't work either. So eventually I just went into the cabinet and got myself some coconut oil spray and sprayed my hands and just mashed it out with my hands. And that worked really well, but it kind of made fingerprints all in the dough. So eventually, after I got it all spread out, I took the spatula and just kind of smoothed it as good as I could. And when it baked, you couldn't tell that it had any kind of lines in there. So it worked out really good. And I put the oven on 350 and preheated it, and I put that in there for 15 to 17 minutes, and mine was in there for 17 minutes. So I put that in there, and I worked on my second one, and that worked out a lot better. I got to learn from my mistakes, so that one went a lot better than the first one. So then I'll put that one in the oven, and then I'll get the other one out. And I'm using some mini chocolate chips. I think next time I'll use the regular ones. These just flew everywhere. They flew off on the stove, they flew off on the pan, and they were just not heavy enough. And it was kind of hard to keep them on the cookie and not let them go off everywhere. So it was just kind of a hassle. So next time, use some regular chocolate chips, not mini. And these are the butterscotch ones. These butterscotch morsels did not melt at all. This was my fail. And the Heath ones that was good on there. And if I would do this again, I would just melt the
butterscotch ones, and then put that on the cookie afterwards. And then I'm going to add some pecans because I know you can tell that I love pecans. And I'll put that back in the oven to not melt. And I thought this one didn't have enough chocolate on there, so I eventually got some more chocolate chips and added it to there, and I think that was a perfect amount. And then I added my pecans because, you know, I love pecans. And I didn't think it could get any better, but I added some caramel syrup, the kind that you put on ice cream, and that just sent it over the top. I don't think it could get any better than this. It was kind of like a turtle cookie, and it was so good. But then I come to my problem child, and it would not melt. Tried to mash the morsels around, but that just didn't work. So I took some more chocolate chips and poured over that, and it did work. I put it back in the oven and melted it, but it was not attractive. But it worked. It did melt the other chocolates just a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. But see how ugly that thing was? But the other ones, they turned out amazing. Like that caramel on top and that cookie, that soft cookie, it was just a great combination. So I'll make those the next time, and I'll try some other combinations. But this one was a win for me. It was delicious, and it looked pretty on the plate too. So I recommend this cookie recipe or spreads, and I hope you'll make it, and let me know down below if you do make it. But this was wonderful.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was amazing, and just so many possibilities that you could do with that. Different candies, sprinkles, just whichever combination you'd like. And I love pecans, as you can tell, so those were both amazing cookies. So I want to thank Tamara again for hosting, and I hope you'll like and subscribe to her channel and go to the playlist and watch all the other ladies' videos. There's some great cooks there, so be sure to watch all the videos. And I hope you guys have a great holiday season, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video.